right, we are back in Milan with my friend Eduardo, the Performance Sensei, and today we're doing a Milano meat extravaganza. So our first stop here is a butcher.
Yeah, it's a butcher. Mangiari di strada, want to meet street food in Italiano. Today we are going to try something very special. Ethan will try the fried brain, that is a typical Milanese pork dish.
Fried brain. What animal?
Cow.
A cow brain.
Cow brain. The heart.
Okay.
Is a very, very good meat. Very poor in fat. Good flavor. And we'll try the head.
Okay, so brain, head, and heart at a butcher in Milan.
Yeah.
All right, street food, Milan edition. Let's go. So this is actually just beetroot. It looks like meat, but it's a little appetizer. Looks like maybe some olive oil, Parmesan cheese in it. Definitely got horseradish in it too. Very fresh. I feel like it just cleansed my palate for the meat we're about to eat. Makes a lot of sense.
Nuovo olio spremuto il 2 settembre in Sicilia.
Is a new oil?
New oil, the first oil in Europe.
Oh.
Nessuno a questo tempo ha già l'olio nuovo.
So apparently this is the first oil in Europe. First olive oil, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very young.
Look how green that is. Very fresh, very young. Oh wow. Yeah, you can't buy that in America. It's got that kind of bitterness to it that's very good. You won't buy this in a bottle in your local supermarket in the States. That's amazing. Good appetizer. So we got the beetroot, we got olive oil with freshly baked bread. Awesome. Cool. Hey, how can I help you? You guys are hungry? Bibbidi bobbidi. This is the brain?
Go to see. This is the brain, fried. Head and brain.
Hello. The head and the brain. So here we have heart, and there's liver in this too, or is it just heart?
Heart and liver.
Heart and liver, skewered. All right. Oh wow, that's awesome. The heart kind of masks the flavor of the liver a little bit. The heart is also very tender. Usually when I cook heart, it's hard and rubbery, but this is soft and tender. And I think there's maybe some sort of oil in it, maybe olive oil as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is perfect. So now we've got the deep fried brain and head. I don't think I've ever eaten cow brain before. So this episode is already getting pretty adventurous, because remember we have the raw horse meat coming up and possibly donkey meat. But this is adventurous enough for me already. So cow brain, deep fried, very nutritious, and very soft and hard to control. Whoa. Texture. It's like
Creamy.
creamy is the word I'm looking for. Exterior's crunchy and the inside's very creamy. It's almost like very creamy eggs. Yeah. I can't identify a flavor yet. There's some spices in there? No? No spices. It's just creamy. That's just the way you can explain it. I can't think of any other way. And this is the head, right? Head meat? Yeah? What part of the head is this from? Just head meat in general?
Too much.
Okay. Also kind of creamy, very soft. Slightly different flavor, but it's this crispy outside. Once you bite into it, it almost explodes in your mouth. A lot of cream. Kind of the consistency of something else I would imagine exploding in your mouth that I hope never explodes in my mouth. Brain and head.
Brain is a typical poor food because the people here in Milan was not rich. It was an industrial city. They were worker and farmer, etc. And so they needed to use all the part of the cow, and it was very expensive to buy meat, but was affordable for the poor people to buy brain, stomach, etc.
Some more flavor from the frying and breaded. So yeah, just cheap pieces of the cow that other people might throw away.
Exactly.
Yeah, so for poor people. And you find that in a lot of recipes when you travel a lot, you find that a lot of recipes come from very old times for poor people.
Yeah.
And over the years, the decades, or hundreds of years, people have learned how to make it really good. I'm already using my hands like this now. I've been in Italy for a week and I'm doing this now. What do you think about that? This increases my Italian language by 17%.
Yeah, it make you look like a terone. In Italy, we call the people from the south teroni,
okay.
And it's typical of the south Italy.
Yeah.
But in the north, we don't use it.
Okay, so you don't use it in Milan.
No, in Milan.
So if I just walk around and say, hey, bibidi babidi, people might think I'm from Sicily?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, cool.
Pepperone, roasted pepperone and mint.
Roasted pepperoni and meat sausage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I found it.
What do I taste in this? It tastes lots of parsley in there?
No, capito. I don't understand.
The taste?
The
It's
taste.
like some parsley.
Parsley.
Yeah?
No,
No?
mint. Mentuccia.
only
Mentuccia. Only mentuccia.
Mint.
Mint.
Okay, mint is in here. That's what it is. Mint and
Mint
beef.
And beef and roasted pepperoni.
And roasted pepperoni. Mint, beef, and roasted pepperoni sausage. This is awesome. This is very good. Okay?
It's okay.
You sure? That's one of the best things I've eaten so far in Italy.
Yeah.
Now we'll try to take you to try Italian variation of the sandwich. That is a sandwich filled with tongue, or tail.
Tail? All right.
Yeah.
Tongue and or tail sandwich.
And exactly.
Awesome. And what animal?
They call it trapezzino.
Trapezzino. And what animal? What tongue and what tail?
Cow.
A cow tongue. Okay. I like cow tongue. It's very tender. Cool. Tongue and tail sandwiches. Let's go. Tongue and tail in a green sauce, and this looks like end of a baguette. Actually, quite a smart idea to use the end of a baguette as kind of like a funnel cone of some sort. But it smells great. Oh. Oh, that's awesome. That's very good. It's almost like a pesto it tastes like.
Yes, it's salsa verde. They do it parsley, garlic, oil, and this.
Okay, so it's got anchovies, garlic, oil, salsa verde. The meat is very tender and long. It's chopped up in long, thin threads, but I am really enjoying this. Thank you for sharing this with me.
Big man. It's me. No, ho pensato che sia Gorey. È il passaggio che ho riconosciuto.
Adesso se ero libero ti facevo fare un giro.
Vabbè, ci da martedì.
La prossima volta di sicuro. Prossima settimana.
It's very interesting because that is the street of the washer. In that place, the woman comes with soap and ropes and dirty ropes and wash the ropes in that water using the stones.
The ropes or the clothes?
The clothes.
Clothes. Okay, so they wash their dirty clothes on these stones, so they wring them
Yeah,
out and wash them
exactly.
there. And they use this river water
Yeah.
right here in this old street in Milan.
If you want to try something special, stracciatella.
Stracciatella, it's from Milan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And salted
Salted pistachio.
Is salted pistachio?
Yeah.
Okay, so can I do both maybe?
yeah.
Okay. Stracciatella, a specialty from Milan, and salted pistachio gelato. And how is gelato different than ice cream?
So it's different the temperature and it's different the technique of making because in ice cream there is cream, in gelato there's not. So the cream keep the temperature of the product lower. So, gelato is a bit hotter.
Okay, so warmer without cream.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Matto, un biscotto? No, ok.
Oh, grazie.
Prego. Per me invece coppetta? Coppetta anche per me.
Oh, I didn't introduce Francesca,
Hi.
Eduardo's beautiful
Nice to
wife.
meet you.
Eduardo's not having gelato because he's dieting. He's
Yes.
trying to lose weight and maintain a nice figure. But we are.
Of course.
What flavor? Chin chin. What flavor did you get?
I had wild fruits
Wild fruit.
and lemon with basil.
Okay, lemon with basil, and I got salted pistachio and stracciatella,
Stracciatella.
which is from Milan. So let's try this out. Wow, that's a really strong pistachio flavor.
You feel the salt.
You taste the salt, definitely, and the pistachio flavor is really strong.
Would you like to try also the basil with the lemon?
Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you.
Go ahead. It's very little bit fresh.
That's very refreshing. Yeah.
Yes.
So now we have to try this Milanese special, which is it basically just vanilla with chocolate?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like milk cream.
It is very milky. Yeah. With just like shards of dark chocolate.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
They melt the chocolate, the dark chocolate on the top, and so they cut and it broken it.
All right, Eduardo, what are we eating?
So we with a specialty, a typical dish from Puglia that is a tartare made by horse. Is raw food, is raw meat of horse with raw egg at the center.
Raw
very-
egg and raw horse meat with a raw egg.
Yeah, raw horse meat with raw egg. Exactly.
Wow. All right, let's dig
Real
it.
man food.
Real man food. All right. Good. All right, it's my first time eating horse meat. I've eaten beef tartare several times with the raw egg. It's the same thing. It's just round minced meat that's raw, not cooked yet. But I gotta say, I feel a little guilty because I like horses. They're really smart. I guess it's the old vegetarian in me, but let's give this a go. it's leaner than beef. I mean, a horse is an incredible athlete, so it makes sense, but it's got almost a citrusy flavor. I don't know if it's just because the lemon's next to it, but it's actually very good. Well, there we go. It's the first for everything. Raw horse meat. All right, sir, where are we?
So we are at Asina Luna. Is one of the 100 best steakhouse in the world. Is the 9th best steakhouse in Italy. It's a very cool place. The meat is great. Now we are eating Rubia Gallega tartare. Is a variety of Spanish cow, very tasty, with almond. It's great. It's absolutely great.
All right, so more raw meat in Italy. Let's give this a try. Spanish cow, seasoned with seawater, which is pretty amazing. And almonds. You can taste that seawater in it. It's a little sweet, but it also tastes like the sea, but also like beef at the same time. Little flakes of almond. That's really good. As you'd expect from one of the best steakhouses in the world, the top 100 steakhouse in the world, and number 9 in Italy. All right, can't wait for the main course.
This is a young heifer, which was aged for 90 days in this case. It's cooked on the charcoal, very unique way of slicing the meat in this case. Here you can really taste the 90 days of aging. It is a meat which has a little bit of fat, a nice marbling on the inside, so it comes out really creamy and full in the mouth. And you can taste the process of aging because of the molds that attack the fat on the outside of the loin. All of these like balsamic notes, herbal notes. It's a really complex meat, but yeah, it all comes together really nice, and yeah, and enjoy it.
Perfect, awesome. Beef that's been dry aged for 80 days. Just nice, raw, aged beef. Looks amazing. Freshly sliced off the bone. Wow. Let me put a little sea salt on this. I like plenty of salt, but the texture, it pretty much melts in your mouth. It's fatty. If I were to explain it, it's like a very soft, tender, almost like a beef jerky flavor, but not as strong. It doesn't have the soy sauce and all that kind of stuff in it. But this is real quality stuff. It doesn't taste like regular beef, it tastes better than regular beef. If you take like the taste of a ribeye and just make it better, that's what this tastes like.
So, a dry-aged beef is, in my opinion, take the flavor of raw ham.
Raw ham?
Yeah, raw ham, and it's very interesting. It's not for everyone, in my opinion, because some people could find the flavor too strong, but for a man that like meat, and is a really great tasting experience.
I agree. It's a stronger flavor of beef. It's like the beef flavor is just drastically enhanced the way that it's been dried. It's like enhanced beef flavor. It's a flavor a lot of men would like, I think. If you're a man that likes beef, then this is definitely the food for you. Now, Eduardo was telling me if I really want a full strong beef flavor experience to cut this part off here. So I'm gonna dig in here for a second and see if I can get myself a nice slice of this beef that's right next to the bone there. But it's just like, the more sea salt I put on it and the more I eat this stuff, it's just the strongest beef flavor I've ever tasted. And that might sound like a bad thing to some people, but it's really not. It's just, if you like beef, this is beef on steroids. It's like times 100. It's amazing. Just a little bit of sea salt, the dry age process, melts in your mouth. It's not cooked, it's warmed up a little bit. That hits you straight away. That right there, from right here inside of this bone, right in there, a lot stronger beef flavor. So that's interesting. The further in the meat is, closer to the bone, throughout the aging process, the more flavor you have right there. If you ever get a chance to try dry aged beef that's at least 80 days dry aged, then I think you really need to try it. It's a little on the spendy side, but it's definitely worth the money and the experience. All right, folks, that is it for the meat extravaganza in Milan. We ate, what did we eat? I'm almost forgetting everything.
So we eat heart and liver,
Heart and liver,
tongue,
brain
and head,
and head.
horse raw and cooked.
Yeah, raw horse tartare. And horse steak.
Yeah. And now the dry aged meat.
The dry aged meat.
And the ice cream, stracciatella.
And gelato.
And gelato, yeah.
Yeah, and the salted pistachio.
The salted pistachio.
Yeah, so I'm gonna probably fast tomorrow after today. I ate a lot, but it was all worth it. Italian food, there's so much more than just pasta and pizza. People in America think, Italian food, I like lasagna, pasta, pizza, but there's so much more. In fact, I didn't really have any of that on this trip yet.
Yeah, Italian food is, for us, food is part of our culture, part of our tradition, and in every region you'll find very different kind of food, because in every region you have different culture, you have different kind of animals that the people eat. So it's a very, very interesting and very various.
Yeah, lots of variety, and you see it in the culture here that food brings people together a lot.
Yeah.
And cultures that don't have that have very bland, boring foods, they don't have much culture at the same time. So it's a very interesting observation. When I travel, I see the richest cultures have a lot of rich foods that bring people together, and the countries that don't have much culture at all, or very little, they have bland, boring foods. It's very interesting to see. So tomorrow we are going to do something very special. We're going to do Italian knife fighting.
Yeah.
All right, so stay tuned. Hopefully you don't get cut up or bleed, but we will see you in the next episode where we're gonna learn some Italian knife fighting. Cheers.